Warning. The legal voters of Leland and Gray Union High School District Number 34, comprising the towns of Brookline, Jamaica, Newfane, Townsend, and Wyndham, are hereby notified and warned to meet at the Leland and Gray High School Gymnasium in Townsend, Vermont on Tuesday, February 6, 2018 at 7:30 for the 2018 annual meeting and for public informational hearing on questions to be decided by Australian ballot to act upon the following articles. If there's no objection, I will refrain from reading the entire warning.
No objection for this?
Hearing no objection, I'm going to turn over the microphone to the school board for some introductions.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Winwright, chair of the Leland and Gray board. I just wanted to welcome you all to the Leland and Gray 2018 annual meeting. I figured we could introduce ourselves at the head table. Oh, man. So that you know who you're meeting with, and then we'll go through the agenda.
Howard Iris, Wyndham.
Kelly Warner, Newfane.
Lyndall Bowl, Brookline.
Bob Tebow, principal at Leland and Gray.
Bill Antone, the superintendent at Wyndham Central.
Lori Garland, business manager, Wyndham Central.
Gloria Cristelli, clerk.
And I didn't introduce myself. Sorry, I started the meeting without saying, hi, I'm David Lebo, moderator.
Okay, well, go ahead, David. It's all yours now. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't lay down ground rules or anything like that for the meeting because I figure it won't be too rambunctious. Article 1, to elect a moderator to serve from July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2019. I will now entertain nominations. Oh, shoot. You don't need a second for nominations, but that's okay. David Lebo has been nominated. Any other nominations? Okay, see, I always forget how to say this. Hearing no other nominations, I forgot how to say this. Hearing no other nominations, I request the nominations be closed and the clerk cast one ballot for David Lebo for moderator. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you. Article number 2, to elect a clerk to serve from July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2019. I will now entertain nominations.
Nominate Gloria Cristelli.
Gloria Christel has been nominated. Any other nominations?
I prefer not to. If we can get somebody else.
Are there any other nominations?
You would not be, you won't be nominated again. You'll serve one more year.
Then I'll accept.
Okay. Any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, I declare the nominations closed and instruct the clerk to cast one ballot for Gloria Cristelli for union clerk. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. I believe the ayes have it. The ayes do have it. Congratulations, one more year. Article number 3, I will now entertain nominations for treasurer.
Nominate Cynthia Davis.
Cynthia Davis has been nominated. Do I hear any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, and if there are no objections, I declare the nominations closed and instruct the clerk to cast one ballot for Cynthia Davis for treasurer of the Union School District. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. I believe the ayes have it. The ayes do have it. Congratulations, Cynthia. Article number 4, to compensate the directors $400, the chair $500, and the treasurer $500. I will entertain motions.
I move the article, compensate the directors $400, the chair $500, and the treasurer $500.
been moved and seconded to compensate directors as written. Discussion. Yes.
Doesn't get compensated.
Bucky?
Is this a long-standing tradition?
Yes, at least 10 years.
It hasn't been changed in quite some time. Any other discussion? Hearing no further discussion, it's been moved and seconded to compensate the directors $400, the chair $500, and the treasurer $500. A yes vote will pass the motion. A no vote will defeat it. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. I believe the ayes have it. The ayes do have it, and the motion passes. Article 5, to set the date of the annual meeting of the district for the first Tuesday of February in the year 2019. Moved by Charlie. Second? Barbara. Second by Barbara. It's been moved and seconded to set the annual meeting the first Tuesday of February. Discussion?
Yeah, I would like to have some sort of understanding between Newbrook and the Leland and Gray Board, because for some reason there seems to be a scheduling conflict each year. And I was just wondering if there was a way that the boards could communicate these dates so that tonight was scheduled for the Newbrook informational meeting, but it was canceled due to a snowstorm. And, you know, unfortunately, not a lot of people do show up, but it is something to consider going forward, that maybe that somehow, some way you could have these dates arranged or talk or somehow communicate with the Newbrook side, just so that we don't have the same thing as we have tonight. Is there any way that that can be accomplished?
Well, we do have a central calendar. I'm not sure why people aren't checking them.
There is a central calendar. I'm not sure why people aren't checking it, but that problem will solve itself because of the West River District as we go forward. All of the districts that conflict with each other now will cease to exist as of July 1st, 2019, and there will only be one meeting. People do need to take a look at that, but it will solve itself in a year.
Okay. So going forward next year, you're scheduling a meeting for February, the first Tuesday. Is there a way that you can somehow make sure that it doesn't conflict with Newbrook?
We will talk with Newbrook. Ours is scheduled after this becomes moved. We could move it if we needed to, but if we get ours on the books first, then Newbrook would just work around it.
We discussed this guy at the last Newbrook Elementary meeting, and they will have, for example, next week with their annual meeting and the floor budget vote, they will have an article in the same way that we had an article. So somebody would have had to have done it kind of a year in advance to get an article for them to move it. So that's already been set, and I don't think it's just the fact that they didn't look at the calendar, but it has been the informational meeting for them always the night that we have this meeting. But I mean, I just think it makes a whole lot of sense, because people can't go to both of them.
I don't check the calendars for the meetings, but the boards, whoever do, I was just hoping that maybe next year that they would take a look at those things.
School board has noted that. Thank you. They've noted.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Newbrook meeting is tomorrow night, not tonight.
No, it was scheduled for tonight, but it
No, it
was...
was scheduled for tomorrow night, and it was moved to Thursday because of tomorrow's snowstorm.
Well, tonight they said it was, we got an email saying it was tonight.
Nope, you got an email saying it was supposed to be tomorrow night, and they postponed it till Thursday.
There were 3 box ads in the Informer today, one about this meeting, one about tomorrow night's, and then about next week's budget vote at Newbrook.
I stand corrected, but
Yeah, because we had a discussion at Newbrook, we wanted to make sure we specifically made it a Wednesday. I think the 8 of us that were there, there's at least 10 of us here tonight, but tried to disjoint them so they wouldn't be. But tomorrow, though, there is the Australian ballot here,
Correct.
of course, and the Newbrook information.
That was the,
Okay, I stand corrected. I'm going to recheck my email, but hard to believe I would make a mistake.
Me neither.
well, there was a
I know how you feel.
between the,
Speak to my wife. Okay. Any other discussion? Yes. Yes. More discussion. Yes, sir.
Yeah, on page 9 of the report, there was a timing mistake. I think, and this was the report of the board chair and the superintendent. If you go to the second to last paragraph, it says, Leland Gray Union District annual meeting offering a public hearing on the proposed budget will be Tuesday, February 6th in the gymnasium at 7 p.m. It's 7:30. No, it's 7:30.
I don't even see it.
So I was reading that tonight, when I was having a snack before I left the office, and thought, oh my God, and then I rechecked it. So I think this was just a typo, but they should agree.
Okay.
You folks see that it's on page 8?
Yeah, you're correct, and I'll own the typo.
Although the motion doesn't have a time, but you can set the time whenever for the meeting. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, it's been moved and seconded to set the date of the annual meeting of the district for the first Tuesday of February in the year 2019. A yes vote passes the motion. A no vote defeats it. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. I believe the ayes have it. The ayes do have it, and the motion passes. Article 6. This does not need a motion. I am going to read this only once, and then we will open the floor to questions. Article 6. To conduct a public informational hearing on the 2018-2019 Leland and Gray Union High School District Number 34 budget, which is to be established on February 7th, 2018 by Australian ballot on the following question. Shall the voters of the Leland and Gray Union High School District approve the school board to expend $6,268,782, which is the amount the school board is determined to be necessary for the ensuing fiscal year? It is estimated that the proposed budget, if approved, will result in an educational spending of $20,080 per equalized pupil. This projected spending per equalized pupil is 4.6% higher than spending for the current year. That being read, I will now open the floor. Does the board like to make a statement prior to opening it to questions? No? No? Okay. I'll now open the floor to any questions. Yes, sir.
I just want to clarify the 4.6%. There was a comment in Front Porch Forum.
Can you hear? Can you hear me?
No.
barely.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment. In the Front Porch Forum, there was a gentleman from Newfane that made a comment that the budget was going up 4.6%. And as I read this, it's actually the equalized pupil cost and not the actual budget. Just wanted to make sure I'm clear on that. What is the actual budget increase? And because there's a couple different sets of numbers, and I got to say, I actually read all 144 pages of Act 60 when it came out. I don't claim that I understood it all, but I did read it. And what I'm trying to wrap my head around is on page 12 at the bottom, there's a couple different values there. One of these is the GOE, the general operating expenses, and then how that factors into the total budget.
So the budget was decreased by 0.6, and that you can find that on page 12 and on page 18. Okay. And what was your second question about the general operating expenses? That's a breakout of how the budget has been presented in the past. Most of the time, people like to see salary and benefits and what that did from year to year, and payroll benefits, that type of thing. And so those are all the other expenses.
So are they all essentially personnel costs?
The general operating expenses are building expenses and professional development, all of those other costs that are not.
The physical plant?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if when the budget comes out another year like this, the article, I mean, we really do read down through, there are very few people who are going to place that 4.6% with the actualized pupil. And if we could clearly see that it really means, even though it's 4.5% increase in the student, the actualized, whatever we call these people, equalized pupil, then we wouldn't get the reactions that we did on Front Porch Forum, because you look down through there and this projected spending, yeah, it has it, it's qualified, but there are very few people who look at the grammar of a warning. So I don't know how you could do that, because really, we don't have these annual reports mailed to us. There are very few people who come into the office and pick them up. Very few people like Bill who are going to go, point by point.
Well, the language in the, if I can respond, the language in that article is actually prescribed by statute. So, I mean, we're stuck. That's what we have to say. And I know it can be confusing, but that's why it is the way it is.
Thank you, Joe. I was just going to make that point. I was pretty sure it was, that's a state requirement, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
And unfortunately, we're stuck with that, and then I think people just see that number and they have no idea what an equalized pupil rate means. But thanks for clarifying that.
I'm not as diligent as Bill and have not read the entire thing. In fact, I don't have the entire report. FY18 is not yet completed, is that correct? Okay. So is there anywhere FY18 actuals to date in this report? So there isn't anything in here to indicate to us how the FY18 budget is going in line with actual expenditures?
Not in this report.
Is there somewhere?
Sure, we can provide that. Yeah, at the board meetings, they get a report every month about how they're tracking on the budget.
I think that would be very helpful to include in the annual report.
I guess we'll take that under advisement.
Since I'm up here with the microphone, that's okay, don't worry about it. Any other questions? I feel like Bob Barker. That's make a deal. No, that was Price is Right. Any other discussion? Questions? Monty Hall. That was it. Any other discussion? Okay. Seeing no other discussion, I guess we move on from that one, from that article. We don't have to make a motion. Remember to vote tomorrow, please. Very important. Article, yes, sir. Polling, he's asking about polling places and times. Leland and Gray, here. No, towns, each town.
Page 4.
Page 4, saying page 4 of the, there we go.
It's right in the morning.
The Australian ballot warning. It is there.
In the top paragraph.
Yeah, top paragraph. Town offices of the town of Brookline, town offices of the town of Jamaica, Newbrook Fire Department for the town of Newfane, town hall of the town of Townsend, town offices in Wyndham. And then the times are there as well, they're different for each town. They start at 9 in Brookline, 10 in Jamaica, 9 in Newfane, 9 in Townsend, 10 in Wyndham, and they all close at 7. Please be there, please vote. Article 7, to transact any other business that may legally come before the meeting. Is there any other non-binding business anybody would like to discuss?
The Dean of Academics, it's a new position.
Is the Dean of Academics a new position? Is that the question?
And I was wondering what it entails, like where it came from and what, a little bit about.
So basically, with the retirement of part administrator, part counselor, I created the job description for that position to replace the administrative duties of that person, which includes supervision and evaluation of staff, also to lead professional development and support the principal and dean of students through their work as well. So it's basically a second administrator to have someone who's also has administrative certification in the building, besides myself.
Good? Yes, sir? More?
Another piece of information that would be helpful on page 11, there is a chart showing the Leland and Gray student enrollment chart, plotting it out for 5 years ahead. I think it would be helpful if very close to that chart we had one on FTE teaching equivalents.
He would like to also see a chart about FTE teaching equivalents next to the chart of projected pupil numbers for the school as well. Yes, sir.
There is a single-page handout on the table over here as well, which does list the reductions and additions in this year's budget, and it does show some of the reductions in the teaching staff as well. It's a single-page handout on the table. And it actually goes through section by section the staffing in each area and what some of the increases are, and so on and so forth.
Any other non-binding business?
Yeah, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the school board and all the work that they've done through all the years as we go into a new phase of boards and education and so forth. I know it's not an easy job, but I want to just take this opportunity to thank you for all the work that you've done through the years. You've done a great job. Thank you.
Any other discussion? And on that nice note, I will now entertain a motion for adjournment. It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the district meeting. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. We stand adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. And be careful tomorrow in the snow.